Hey traders, it's Wednesday 14th of July 2021. We've got a Bank of Canada rate statement a little bit later on at 3 o'clock p.m. UK time. So I thought I'd concentrate on one particular CAD pair today, which looks really interesting. And there's a potential for quite a decent move on it. So we'll have a look at it and we'll go through, or I'll break down what I am seeing or what we are seeing, and then we can see later on if the news relates to what we are thinking, i.e. do we see exactly what the technical analysis on the chart is suggesting, and if it does, if they match up together, then we could have a trading setup later today. So it's Euro CAD anyway, and I've just pulled up the monthly chart. So you can see that there is a general push to the upside. These lows are getting higher. The one thing I would say is that these highs aren't particularly getting higher. In fact, you might have a lower high there, but there is certainly still a push. Now remember, this is a monthly time frame, so literally, you know, this could still push up you know, significant number of pips, you know, 400, 500 pips, etc., and it wouldn't really be noticeable too much on a monthly time frame. So let's just get where we are at the moment from here. You know, even just if price came up to there, that's like over 527 pips. So, but what makes this more interesting is where we are at the moment. Okay, and you can actually see, like I said, we've got these higher lows, we've got this trend line here. Okay, we've had a little false break there, touch here, and we are at that trend line again. So this is a real interest to me now, because I also notice that, yeah, we've had this big push down, and then look at these momentum candles here. Well, they're not momentum candles. Look at the momentum of the candles. That bearish momentum has really slowed down. Okay, there's definitely buyers and sellers fighting it out. Look at the size of the real body, the colored part of the candle. They're very small, not much bigger there. Bearish, yeah, but we can see, right, the buyers and the sellers are fighting it out. Obviously this candle here still has 16 days to go, it's a monthly candle, but it's of interest to me because, like I say, it looks like that momentum has slowed down. So like I say, I have noticed that when we came up into this zone here, that we didn't make a higher high. It looks like it may have reached a top. Okay, there is definitely resistance there, but because we've got this supportive trend line, could we see some form of a move to the upside? Okay, so that's what I'm going to be looking for. Now, whether that comes from Euro strength or CAD weakness, or a bit of both, you know, I don't know. But what can we look for to try and get into a long trade on this, to buy this? Well, it's very rare that retail traders will be trading the monthly time frame, and we're looking to get in on a smaller time frame. So, you know, a more realistic time frame is the daily, the 4 hour, the hourly. So let's just go and have a little look at the daily. Let's have a look at what we can see. Well, you know, I can still see that momentum is there to the downside. That was that impulse down, and this is what I was talking about. That monthly time frame showed the price action had really slowed down, and you can see the consolidation here, just bouncing around between buyers and sellers. We had a bit of a false break there, as you can see, but mainly, you know, we're talking something like this, really, kind of a range bound market. False break, now back in the range now, but we are at a point of interest according to the monthly time frame. So let's just drop down to H4. Okay, so H4, we're starting to see something that looks interesting. And that is, I can see an impulse here. I can actually see potentially a double bottom there. Double bottom, impulse, correction, back to test this high here. This was resistance, now becomes support, and we get another impulse. So is this a correction after this impulse? So now I'm very, very interested. Sorry about the color scheme, guys. Okay, we've come down into a 78.6% retracement of that move there, that impulse. And if we do that, okay, that's the whole of that move. It's a 61.8. So we're actually matching up. We've got a couple of fib levels here, depending on where you want to draw your fib. And this one's a 61.8. If you draw it from here, it's the 78.6. We've got I can't think of the word, but we've got a couple of fib levels there, basically at the same zone where price is at the moment. So if this whole move here is an impulse, this is a correction, what would you expect to happen next? Another impulse. Okay, now especially as we are at the monthly trend line support. So I'm just going to drop down to the hourly. Okay, so we've got our impulse here, nice sharp move, correction, nice sharp move, another impulse. Look at the price action, it's just trickling down, very corrective in nature. There we have what's called our CTL, our counter trend line. In fact, we could probably draw, can't really draw it from there, but maybe you could with this as a false break, but something like that. We have a channel, okay, as price pushes to the downside. Now, really simple, guys. If we are looking, if our bias is for this to move to the upside, then we can just wait really patiently, look for the start of that impulse, breaking this CTL, closing above it. Preferably what we'll see is a break, a little correction, and then we can go long. Now CAD pairs can move pretty impulsively, and you can see that actually from this move here. Any pullbacks on here were on a much smaller time frame. There was literally nothing there on the hourly. So just be warned that maybe we won't get that correction as it breaks out. We'll have to wait and see. But if we start to see price action like this, just pure bullish candles, and we get one of those, the first one that closes outside of this CTL, that could be a very good indication that we should be going long on this particular currency pair. So like I say, we've got Bank of Canada rate statement out later on, 3 p.m. UK time. Will that be the catalyst for this to move to the upside? Will we see some CAD weakness or strong CAD weakness? That remains to be seen. So just look out for that. It's just one of my favorite pairs at the moment to be looking at. So it's just like you just need to sit there patiently waiting for the moves to happen. Now listen, if this sinks through the bottom, then so be it, but everything at the moment is suggesting we should be looking for buys. So if we get the price action, then we can look to trade it. If we don't get the price action, then we don't get to trade it. We don't get to buy it. Simple as that. So sit on the sidelines. That news is coming out at 3. Let's see what happens. So from me and the team, guys, I hope you enjoy that breakdown of Euro CAD. Trade safe, and I'll catch you really soon. Bye.